It is the long-awaited college decision reveal video. So I applied everywhere for Dance BFA for college. And what is tricky about that is you not only have to submit everything, all of your essays, all of your grades, but you also have to do dance auditions. And some of the schools, well, every school required different things. So I've just had to go over a month just like not knowing what's next for me. Kind of rejections for me weighed more than the acceptances. If I got a rejection, I kind of let that like weigh me down way more than like the 3 acceptances I already had. Just remember your worth and remember everything truly does happen for a reason. And if you put in the work, you put in the time, you will get where you want to be. I remember this day just very distinctly. It was December 15th. I actually wrote a short story about this, so if you want me to publish it, literally let me know. It's called The Dark 15th.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to episode 27 of Stop Talking Kenz. It is the long-awaited college decision reveal video. So it is March 28th, and I'm actually posting this on April 1st, but I have officially gotten all of my college, like acceptances, rejections, everything back. I am committed to a school. I've put down my enrollment and fee. I have a roommate already, and I think it's just time to share it with you guys. Okay, so first I just want to talk a little bit about this process. So I applied everywhere for Dance BFA for college, and what is tricky about that is you not only have to submit everything, all of your essays, all of your grades, but you also have to do dance auditions. And some of the schools, well, every school required different things. I do want to start off by talking about how hard of a process this was for me. College is tough. Like, a lot of seniors who are going through this right now definitely know what I'm talking about. But especially for applying for dance, a lot of the schools, which I'll talk about, had pre-screens. And for some schools, one school, I got rejected straight away. So I didn't even make it to the live. And that was really tough for me. I'll go into the story about that because there's actually really funny story connected to that and connected to where the school I'm actually going to. And I am just a big believer in everything happens for a reason. And it was kind of hard for me to keep that mindset throughout this whole process. And I committed to college on March 28th, but a lot of people around me were committed a long time ago. My best friend Loyola was committed February 15th, so I've just had to go over a month just like not knowing what's next for me. And I'm a big stickler. If you know me, I'm a big stickler for like my life is planned out. I know exactly what I'm going to do and like where I'm going to go and like how I'm going to do it. And just like having this whole unknown of like what is my life going to be like for the next like 4 years is wild. And I don't know. Throughout this whole process, it was really hard for me to maintain knowing my worth and knowing that I've worked hard throughout high school and I've worked hard in my dance career. It's been really hard to remember that just depending on getting a rejection. Kind of rejections for me weighed more than the acceptances. If I got a rejection, I kind of let that like weigh me down way more than like the 3 acceptances I already had. So it's just, I know a lot of you guys, if you're going through it or if you're junior and you're about to go through it, you need to remember your worth and remember that everything really does happen for a reason. And I'm so happy with where I'm committed. Like, I cannot be more happy, but I've been so stressed for the past like 6 months. Like, a lot of my teachers know this. A lot of the people around me know I've just been really stressed, losing sleep over it. Hopefully tonight I get a very good night's sleep, but just remember your worth and remember everything truly does happen for a reason. And if you put in the work, you put in the time, you will get where you want to be and everything will work out. Okay, so first, OSHA, my school, does college fair. And this happened in like, I want to say November-ish. So I had this point had already like applied to some schools, I guess. But college fair is where college representatives come in. They watch us do they basically watch us do a college audition. They watch us do a ballet class, they watch us do a modern class, and they watch us do our solos like on the stage. And you can get like pre-accepted, I guess, into their dance program from this college fair. You still have to apply because you still have to get into the school, but you can get pre-accepted into the dance major, so you don't have to do the dance audition, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's kind of confusing. So I got accepted into Point Park, LMU, and AMDA in Cornish from the college fair. And I ended up submitting like applications to Point Park, LMU, and what was the other one? And AMDA. My mom was like, don't do AMDA, but like they really wanted me to. They kept emailing me, so I just did it. Like I was just like, I did it. But yeah, so I submitted to those colleges and then got like acceptance letters from there. Yeah, if that makes sense. But I got into the dance program from OSHA, so I didn't really do anything to get into the dance program, if that makes sense. It's kind of confusing, but I guess it's like I got into the school, but like bypassed the dance program from them watching me dance at college fair. But I did end up applying to those, and I did end up getting into the school and the dance program for there. And because of the college fair being in like November, I found out about those like pretty early. Those were my first schools I found out about. Also, very early on, I think it was my actual first acceptance, I got into the University of Arizona with a scholarship because they do rolling admissions. So basically you submit your application, and then 2 or 3 weeks later you find out. But I submitted to the school as undecided major because I was waiting to film my dance videos because I would have done dance major there. But then I ended up getting into places I would rather go before I even ended up filming for the dance major. So I guess I never know if I'm assuming I would have. I don't know. But like basically I got accepted for undecided major because I never applied for dance. Like I never ended up doing it, but I would have submitted for dance if that was the school I was going to go to. Okay, so next, my first live college audition was Chapman, and it was in November, and there was a pre-screen for that. So I filmed like my 2 solos. I submitted that. I got the call back. Then I went into Chapman, and I did the live audition. I got into Chapman with the scholarship. This school has a great dance program. So many people have been telling me and my mom, like, it is really up and coming. Like, it is a great program. It is definitely a school that is on the top of my list. My next live college audition was the University of Michigan, and there was a pre-screen for that one too. That one you had to learn combos like that they sent and then film those and submit it. So I did that, got the call back, went to Michigan. That was a harder audition than Chapman was. So that one consisted of more than Chapman did. Chapman was mostly just your solo. There was a class, but I don't think they judged it. But Michigan had ballet, modern, improv, solo, interview. There was a lot. Like it was kind of an all-day thing. My mom didn't even go with me. My dad went. And I got waitlisted to the dance program there. I still haven't heard if I did say yes to like the waitlist. So I guess like I'll randomly let you guys know in an episode if I get off the wait list, but I'm not going to know until after May 1st if I get off the wait list to the dance program. This school was very tricky for me because it is an amazing dance program, an amazing school overall, and the school that my parents wanted me to go to the most. And I got waitlisted, which is great. I still could have the opportunity to go, but if I would have gotten in straight away, I honestly feel like my mom would have very much convinced me to commit. But so this is what I'm saying. Everything happens for a reason. Maybe there's a reason I got waitlisted because I got to commit to the school I'm going to. But okay, then I took a little break from college auditions, I'm pretty sure. Those were like November, really early. And then in like January, I did California ones. So I did Cal Arts. I got into Cal Arts, and that was like, it was like a ballet class. I did a lot. I'm the person, I don't know anyone who did more live college auditions than I did. So like, it's hard for me to remember, but because a lot of my friends, they did like some schools for dance, some not. So they didn't have to do a lot of like live dance auditions. Anyway, CalArts, there was no pre-screen or anything, but we did a ballet class, we did a hip-hop class. Yeah, it was actually scary because you had a hip-hop freestyle. I didn't. And then you had to do like composition. It's like they gave us like 10 minutes to like come up with the phrase, and then you performed it by yourself. And I got accepted into CalArts pretty quickly. Oh, there was a callback. Oh, yeah. So CalArts, after you did the live audition at CalArts, they did a callback, which was opposite of what everything else is. But the callback was like an interview. So I did the interview, and then I got accepted to CalArts. I definitely enjoyed the CalArts audition, and the program is really amazing there. And another one like Chapman, I feel like it's really up and coming, and it's definitely going to be a place to be. So I was excited about this acceptance. I actually got it like we were at a convention, and it was like the morning. It was like 6 a.m. Like the email came at like 1 a.m., but I opened it at like 6 a.m. It was like something like that. I was definitely like at a convention. Okay, the day after CalArts, so CalArts was a Saturday. Then Sunday, I went to UCSB, and I went all the way to Santa Barbara, a 3-hour drive. And when I tell you, I wanted to go to this school so bad, I literally could cry about it. I got in for dance, and I guess like at the time I wasn't that excited. Like I kind of was just like, okay, like I've never really considered it, I guess. But after like I really thought about it, I wanted to go so bad. My mom was very like, no, you're not going to UCSB. That audition was a really long ballet class. It was so long. And then it was modern, and then improv across the floor, and that's it. And there was no like pre-screen for that, so there was a lot of people. There were 73, and I was number 73, because we were the very last ones to walk in, thanks to my mom. But we were probably the first to get there. She just didn't let me go in. I wanted to go to UCSB so bad. Oh my gosh, the campus is stunning. It's literally on the beach, and I just feel like my life would have been so great for 4 years. I had this whole plan to do the dance major because that's what I got accepted for, and then double major in communications because a lot of people in my life have been telling me that I should go into journalism, which maybe I will in the future, and maybe I will double major still. I don't know, but I was really excited to get into UCSB. I remember this day just very distinctly. It was December 15th. I actually wrote a short story about this, so if you want me to publish it, literally let me know. It's called The Dark 15th. Because on March 15th, I also got rejected from somewhere. But on December 15th, also, I'm pretty sure these, like, the CalArts and UCSB were more, like, in January, but, like, whatever. So on December 15th, I was filming for NYU, the pre-screen. And this pre-screen was killer. Like, when I tell you it was so hard, it was the hardest thing I've ever done in my entire life. Basically, you have 3 hours. Once you open it, you have to learn all the combos, film it, submit it in 3 hours. And the combos were so hard. I have never taken or done ballet that hard. The ballet was honestly harder than the modern was, but it was so hard. So I already was very much like in distress, basically like almost on the verge of tears from filming my NYU. So I'm filming it with my dance teacher, Paige, and we're about 2 hours in. I'm almost done. Like, we finally have gone through the ballet. Like, her and I are also very much fighting, like, also, too. Because I was just like, I, like, can't do this anymore. Like, whatever. Like, I can't do it. And she was like, Ken's like, no, like, you can't quit, blah, 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 blah. So we're about 2 hours in. I go on my computer. It logs me out of the NYU thing, okay? It logs me out. But the reason it logged me out was because I clicked on my email. When I clicked on my email, basically I saw my rejection to Kaufman. And so I saw the rejection to Kaufman. I'm still not done filming NYU, but we can't get back into filming NYU. So I'm literally logged out of the portal. So I had one more combo to film, and I already knew it. So we filmed it in silence. I'm sobbing, crying while we're filming it. And we end up putting the video together. We put it on YouTube. I can't submit it anywhere. So because of the 3-hour time limit, and it's basically like it takes you to the video, and then it takes you to, right after your 3 hours are up, it takes you to this other page where you submit your videos, essentially. I couldn't get back into the video. So because I couldn't get back into the video, I couldn't get to the next page to submit my videos. So basically Paige and I'm still crying. So basically Paige wrote an email to like NYU. When the email was sent, we attached my videos and like the resume because that's what they wanted. And they could see that I did it within the 3 hours. So they ended up accepting those videos. But so I could get to the live audition of NYU. And spoiler, I did get to the live audition for NYU. And that was very exciting because this process was so like scary, I guess. But when I left the studio that day, I didn't know if NYU was going to accept my videos, and I knew I wasn't going to USC. So it was really hard. I was really upset, and this was on December 15th, so I still had a long way to go of my college journey, and I was already I'd say this was the day I was most discouraged. There's a day that comes number 2, but this was the day I felt most discouraged, and I kind of wanted to just give up, but I'm really glad I didn't, and it all worked out. But yeah, that day was very terrible. I had a little break. Christmas came. I don't really think I heard anything over that time. Got to mentally regroup, do all of that. And then in January, Loyola and I went to the UCI audition, which is very close to my house. So I knew I probably did not want to go there, like just because of proximity to like where I live now. And I'm just like looking for change, I guess. But Loyola and I's favorite food plaza is in the UCI campus. So we hang out there quite a lot. So we're very like familiar with it, I guess. But I did get into UCI and so did Loyola. The audition was very different. Basically, there was a lot of people, 150 people, and they split us into rooms of 50. Loyola and I were together. We were like 62 and 63. But it was like they would teach. Okay, so it started with hip hop. Then it went to modern, then it went to ballet, then it went to jazz. So you did everything. It was a very it was a very long audition. So basically they went, I don't know how to explain this. They went into every room and taught the combo individually to every room. So basically we were group 2. So they already taught the hip hop combo to group 1, but all they did was teach it. Then they came to us, all they did was teach it. They taught it in like 10 minutes, so fast. So they taught it to every room. Then they would circle back and audition those rooms. So it was like essentially we were learning it. We'd wait 30 minutes, then audition it for every single style. So it was like we would learn the hip hop combo, wait while she finished teaching it to the other room, auditioning the other room, and then we auditioned, I guess, if that makes sense, because we were room 2. So one person would learn it before us, and then one person would audition it before us. I guess it would be really annoying to be room 3, because you'd have to just wait for a long time. But yeah, that was kind of how that audition worked. And then I got accepted in like March, and that audition was like in January. So the UCs, not all of them had live college auditions, I guess. So basically UCLA, you submitted a self-choreographed solo and like a 30-second movement phrase, but that was it, and it was all online. There was nothing in person about it. It's very weird that a school like UCLA doesn't have a live college audition, just because I feel like you gain so much knowledge about a dancer through a live college audition, but it is what it is. And I did not get in. I was very sad. A lot of people know I was very sad, but everything happens for a reason. That was the second 15th for me. I did not get into UCLA while I was at Project 21 doing rehearsals for 24/7 Anaheim, I think. And yeah, I was very sad. And I had to keep dancing in rehearsals. So, and then right after we finished rehearsals, I bawled my eyes out, but it's okay. Yeah. And then my very last college audition was NYU. So I was very excited to get the call back for this because of like everything that happened before, and just like filming it was really hard. So I got the live college audition. Yeah, I got the live audition, and it was actually at my school. So there was one LA date, and then the rest were New York. And the Loyola, okay, at this time, Loyola had already been committed to NYU. So she did early decision, which means if she got in, she was binded, she had to go. She got in on February 15th. So Loyola was telling me that she thought I should go to New York and do it, and it would just be better because she had gone to New York and done her live audition. But all the New York dates fell on I'm pretty sure there was only 2 weekends. There was like 4 auditions, but like Saturday, Sunday of 2 weekends. And it was like rehearsal weekend competition. So there was just no possible way for me to do one of the New York ones. So I knew I just had to do the California one. But the California one was at my school, so I was very just like familiar with it, I guess. My director was there while I was there, and I just felt really comfortable, I guess, because it's like the room I do ballet in every single week, so like of course I just feel comfortable. Okay, basically when I got to the NYU audition, you're supposed to do this like audition form, and I didn't print it, okay? I did not fill it out. I was so stressed, but I basically ran into like my director's office. I was like, can you print this for me? I'm literally about to cry. And she's like, Kenz, like, calm down. It's fine. Like, I'll print it, email it to Jonah, and he'll print it, and we'll fill it out. So I filled it out, but basically you had to write what your solo was about, but I didn't have time to write that. So I kind of left that part blank, but whatever. And I had nightmares about it because I was like, oh God, like I literally didn't fill that part out, just because I didn't have time. But anyways, it's all fine. So this audition was a ballet class, improv. Wait. Okay. Yeah. It was ballet. I'm trying to remember. It's hard to remember what every single audition did. It was ballet, and then it was improv, and then it was modern. It was like across the floor. Oh, wait, no. We also did modern in the center too. Oh, yeah. And it was kind of hard. And the ballet was hard, and they made you face the back. So like there was no mirrors. Nowhere else did that. But my ears, they keep popping. I got an ear infection pretty bad somewhere in the middle of all of this too. And I literally haven't been able to hear since. So that audition was pretty hard. Everyone was good because there was that really hard pre-screen before. That was definitely by far the hardest pre-screen I had to do. I would say the hardest live audition I had to do was either, honestly, UCSB, NYU, and Michigan was up there too. But I don't know if Michigan was hard because I was just like, it was only my second one. And like by NYU, I was like very much like pro at this. Like I had got the college audition thing down, and Michigan was very early for me, but I don't know. So yeah, that was ballet, improv, modern. And then we waited and we did our solos one at a time. And then we waited and then we did interview. After the blood, sweat, and tears, the stress, the joy, the craziness of college, I'm going to be going to college with my best friend at NYU, and I actually think it's insane. I don't think anyone thought we would end up together for college. Like, it's crazy. But I got into NYU today while Loila's in Korea, and I had to FaceTime her. It was 5 a.m. She literally... can you insert the video? We'll play the video for you. She literally just rolled out of bed, and I had to tell her. We kind of had been saying, I guess, manifesting it into the universe, because we'd be like, oh, we're rooming together, blah, 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 blah. And like when I was really upset about UCLA, I remember distinctly what she said to me. She's like, Kenz, it doesn't matter. We're going to NYU together. And like, we talked about it a lot, but like, I mean, she'd been committed and I was the one that wasn't committed. So it just felt like it was all on me to like make our dreams come true. So when I got my NYU acceptance today, I was in my Koval block, which Loila would have been with me if she wasn't in Korea. But Sammy, who is also a Koval, and you guys probably know and love her, had been asking me like, oh, NYU comes out today. And like she knew I was very stressed. A lot of people knew I was stressed. Yeah, a lot of people knew I was very stressed. But so they sent an email like 2 weeks ago saying it was going to be released at 1. And our director was sitting in the office like just at like 12 being like, oh, NYU is released tomorrow at 1, right? And I was like, no, it's today at 1. And our block ends at 1:30. So I guess everyone knew I was going to get it while we were on that block. And we were all just laying on the floor. And, okay, I opened it on my phone. I turned my phone to the floor. I turned it to the floor, and I just let it sit there. I was like, oh, God, like, I literally can't look at it. I opened it. There was no confetti. Confetti comes with every single college acceptance letter. But then I read the first word, and it was like, congratulations. And then I literally basically started crying. I was so excited. I was like, Sammy, I got in. And she was like, no way. Like, she was like, oh my God. And then I went out to the hallway and I was trying to call my mom, kept trying to call her. She was not answering me. And I texted her and I was like, call me. But then while I was texting her, I went to go tell my director, and my director also went to NYU. So I think like just like going there is like so special because of that too. Like she went there and I just look up to her so much and I love her so much. But she knew Loyola was committed, and I told her, like before I even told my mom, I told her, and she was literally jumping up and down. She gave me a big hug. She was like, oh my God, like you're going to NYU. Like all I said was I got into NYU, and she was like, you're going to NYU. Like everyone just knew basically that I was going to go there without even me saying it. So finally my mom answered. She literally started crying. She started sobbing, crying, because she basically also knew too that when I got in, I was going to go. And she was like, Kenz, you can't go. Like, you can't go. Like, oh my God. Yeah, she was very sad, but I think she's very happy for me. And just the fact that I'm not like moving across the country by myself. Like I have the person who like has been by my side for all of it, through everything. And just like, it feels right to like be doing this with her too, which is, oh my God, it's actually insane. But yeah, so that was very exciting. And then I texted Molly, I texted Paige. Oh, and then I told my mom, don't tell the twins, because like I want to tell them in person. And basically everyone at school knew except the twins, because I don't know what they were doing, but they were not coming like up to the stairs to where I was. And everyone was just waiting to see their reactions, because the twin, in the car this morning, Cam was like, NYU comes out today. Are you nervous? And I was just like, no. I was just like try to play it cool, but I was very nervous a lot. And they were very excited. They were like, oh my God. And then while they came up, I was actually like literally had my card out, like confirming my enrollment when they came, and they were like, oh my God, of course, like she's already confirming it. So basically I committed like 2 hours after I got accepted. My mom was like, sleep on it. And I was just like, no, like there's nowhere else I'd rather be. So, and I just want to say it is so important to value all the friendships you make, because I already know multiple people, not only Loyola, going to NYU who I've just hung out with. I'm not going to reveal them because that's their choice, but I'm just so excited. And I also know a lot of people who are going to Juilliard this year. And Loyola and I have already talked about going to the Juilliard shows and hanging out with them. And we're literally going to get to see them more in the next, actually NYU's 3 years. So that's also something different about the program, is it's 3 years instead of 4. So I graduate 27 and 20 instead of 28, but whatever. Yeah, so I get to hang out with them in New York, and I literally could cry. Like, I'm so excited. And comment down below if you guys are committed to college, where you thought I would go to college, and if you guys just have any more questions, because I want to be able to hear. I want to be here to help you guys through anything. I experienced it all this year. The rejection, the acceptance, all of it. So if you guys have any questions about how any auditions work, don't hesitate to ask, and I will help you all throughout it. And stay tuned for the twins next year, because they're only a year behind me, so that's going to be fun. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys with a new episode next week. Bye.